Mitraaya namaha. Welcome to VSPTenneti channel Energy Circles. Today I'm going to talk about a very important aspect of our life, the mental jail. Thoughts. People get shattered with their thoughts. People are disturbed. People are living a horrible, pathetic life, just suffering their thought. So I thought I should answer that question. People ask us, how do we control our thoughts? How do we control our mind? Right? So forget about controlling and forget about how to master this mind and all. Just stick on to these basic things, you will understand. People really live in mental jails. They restrict themselves. The human potential just goes waste by thinking, deceptive thinking further thinking, and they think a lot and they just let go their life. So I thought this video would help so many people who are having those fancy names of depression, overactivity of their brain, or ADHD, attention deficit, or some kind of mood disorders, schizophrenia, so many things. Okay, these are all labeled, but there are so many other diseases, mental diseases, which are not even labeled. There are people who just worry about the traffic, who just worry about the AC not working. They just worry about every damn thing, and they create so much of mental clog in their mind that it just don't go away. So this video would help you understand this is a mental jail, and we basically have thoughts as a part of this mental system, right? The mind is basically not only your brain, physical aspect of the brain, but it projects some thoughts, a picture outside that, and it creates you are in a different story altogether. So the basic understanding what everyone should have is mind is controllable. Your mind produces all thoughts. Your mind can stop those thoughts. When your mind can produce thoughts, it has the capacity to stop it, and this is reality. I know it is difficult to initially process this, understand this, and come to a decision, but it is possible. You can absolutely master your mind. Okay, first thing. So this is reality. You can master your mind. This is reality. Don't say, oh, it is difficult. Don't say, oh, it is not possible. No, don't say that. It is possible. All you need is little practice a day. That's it. Right? This is the first thing. So your thoughts are always passive, or they just come and go. Thoughts keep coming and going. When you attach to a thought, that becomes your emotion. Now, whenever there is a thought, no thoughts can generally damage you. But a thought, if you get attached, that can become into an emotion, and that will traumatize you. That becomes active. A thought becomes active when it becomes emotion. And when it becomes emotion, you are really losing your grip over your horses. So all you have to do is observe your thoughts and let them not get attached to your senses and become an emotion. Very, very important. There are people who just rape anyone. Any girl they just rape because there is a thought, and that thought will keep becoming an emotion. And when that becomes emotion, they don't have anything to think about or scrutiny or use their intellect, use their brain, buddhi. Nothing, they just do it. Every thought has this dissection, the two branches, a dichotomy. Okay, first is to think about it, understand it, analyze it, and think that if it is taking you higher, use it, otherwise just leave the thought. This is one segment. The other segment is a thought has come to you, it has become emotion now, you want to earn money. And that money, you don't have any rules and restrictions. You can earn by taking bribe, you can earn by killing someone, looting someone, anything. This is second part, and this doesn't have any discretion, this doesn't have any rules, regulations. You just get bound with that emotion and you have to do it. You want to do it and you will do it. You cannot just get away with that thought. So basically, when the thought is passive, start scrutinizing your thoughts and let them not become your active emotions. Very, very important. Very, very important. So for this, it's been told again and again and again over the ages, meditation helps a lot. At least to streamline, at least to focus, at least to bring back your attention to something useful, at least to stop your unnecessary thoughts, right? So when your thoughts start dividing, that is, as I told you, they branch out into two, to do something good, better, higher, or to do something bad, worst, and settle for some compromise on something and just settle for some meager things. Suppose you have that vigor in you. Obviously, everyone has that Surya Nadi, Chandra Nadi, Ida, Pingala. So both fire and there are different emotions that come to you, different thoughts becomes emotion in your life. When you are balanced, these thoughts will come up to one point and they say, okay, this is good, this is bad, so we'll choose good. If they are not balanced, either they go this or they go this. That is, someone said something, you either take it as, oh, my life is like this, I'm depressed, everyone scolds me this way, or you go to the other way where you say, I will kill that fellow, and you will start behaving mad, you shout, you become angry, and whatnot. Everything will come to you. So when you are not balanced, when that balance is not established, I am sure your thoughts will create a mental jail and they will play with you with your emotions. This is very, very important, vital thing to understand. Your thoughts will create a mental jail, that is, a thought will construct another thought, will construct another thought, will get examples from somewhere, will have stories created by your mind, and you'll say, yes, that fellow is like that, that fellow behaved the same way in the other party also. Some nonsense that you collect, that will give you as a story, and that will make a framework and make you sit there in that framework. It will not let you come out. Your thoughts will make you, a cell and keep there permanently if you let it. So first, to avoid this mental jail, you have to scrutinize your thoughts. This is the number one thing you have to do. But there are people who say, sir, I've tried this, but my thoughts keep coming up, and that too negative thoughts. When I close my eyes, I see negative images. I see bad things. I always think about negative. When I say I have to go for an interview, I feel like I will always lose my job. So why is this happening to me? Whenever I close my eyes, I get negative thoughts, right? That's because you have practiced that all along and you're not giving time for your brain to change into something positive. So the answer is very simple. I'll get back to that again and again. That you start meditating and give it time. Let the negative thoughts come. Let them go. Just pass through. And then you can bring in the positive thoughts. Each negative thought, bring in positive thought. You should be determined, really determined to do that. So then your thoughts, when become positive, then you will come out of the jail and your positive emotions would affect your life, will help others all around you. This is important. The next is, if you don't know how to deal with these, that is, there are people who say, yes, I've tried this, but thoughts are not stopping and I am unable to stay that balanced, right? People have this because of purva punyam or some kind of prarabdham or the environmental factors not supporting them. So there are so many things that happen with their life. So for them, the easiest and the safest method is practicing now. Wherever you see, whenever you see, suppose you want to check the entire spirituality, it says just be in the now. Of course, where else can we be than the now? But the problem is brain keeps wavering from past and the future, past and the future, past and the future. So all you can do is start practicing now. Now, when in the now, in the present moment, there is no problem at all. I am telling you, in the present moment, really there is no problem at all. It is always the past and the future that is the problem. It is always the past and the future that's the problem. In the now, it is always peaceful and beautiful. The problem is we worry about the past and the future events in the now. That's the problem. So when you are in the now, be in the now, be in the present. Suppose you are studying for an examination, study. Suppose you are planning for a business, plan it properly. When you are on the table for planning, plan it. Don't worry about the profits, don't worry about the people who say some bad things. Don't worry about all that. Just be in the now. And this has been ridiculed, this has been made a joke by people, but I'm telling you, that's the beauty of this. Once you start living in the now, just practice. Whenever you are in traffic, whenever you are driving, whenever you are sitting with your kids, whenever you are talking to your wife, whenever you are in an office, in a college, in a place where you are really having some time, bring back your attention. Suppose you are talking to your wife, your mind is deviated, bring back your attention. Suppose you are studying, your mind is wavering somewhere, bring back your attention. Suppose you are, in kind of some traffic, bring back your attention. Bring back your attention. Try this. This is the most beautiful thing of life. Live now. Just now. Suppose you are in a war, do a war. Suppose you are fighting, fight. But do it now. Be in the now. Don't worry or don't start framing answers. You see, whenever there is an argument also, people don't listen what the other person is saying. They are listening and they are actually preparing an answer to shoot it back. So that's the problem we are suffering. We are suffering with the problem of the wavering mind. That's because it is constantly ready to answer, fight back, get that animal instinct out. So start practicing this. In the now, there is no disease. You know what? In the now, there is no disease. That's the reality. In the now, there is no disease. In the past and the future, there will be disease. Suppose you are worried about someone, it will keep collecting and it will give you disease. Suppose you are worrying about future, it keeps collecting and give you, incapability to achieve that disease, achieve that success. So your disease will prevent you from achieving by if you keep worrying about the future, right? So there are people who take mistakes in this and they say, okay, so we should not plan anything in the future or we should not learn from the past mistakes. No, you got me wrong. Learning from the past mistakes is different. Worrying about past mistakes is different. So I'm talking about those people who worry about what has happened in the past. I'm talking about those people who worry about the future problems rather than working out the problems and trying to solve each problem and going ahead. What else can we do than enjoy this life every present moment and planning to solve our problems, planning to learn from what we have learned from the past? That's the beauty of this life. We have limited time period, boss, so I want you all to be practicing this now, wherever, wherever you are, and start practicing it. Suppose you are practicing this for 5 to 6 hours a day, where your mind is going somewhere, you want it to come back. Suppose you are in a class, you want it to come back. Be present in the class. Suppose you are doing business, you are talking to a customer, talk to a customer in the present moment. Enjoy that. Then I am sure nothing in this universe can stop you and you will be just out of your mental jail. So many thoughts, some boyfriend left you, some fellow cheated you, something has happened. You will constantly, if you practice constantly pulling back your mind, you will definitely be successful, definitely come out of that jail, mental jail where it keeps creating those shadows of thoughts. All thoughts surround you. So many things, what society will think, what they will think, what this will think, what that fellow has treated me like this person has treated me like this, what if I fail, what if I succeed and that fellow misunderstands me. So many things will talk about. And as of now I am telling you, except this, nothing is reality. Suppose you aim for something, a big post in your office. One day they will celebrate. Second day they may do a cake cutting. Third day they may give you bouquets. After that you are again normal. So no success or nothing, no happiness, no sadness is permanent, my dears. So I want all of you to understand this. Start chanting, start praying, start focusing on your mind, bring it back or grab it back to your present condition, present situation, and start working on it. Hope this will help you. And in case you find it a little difficult in controlling your thoughts and controlling your emotions, I think this method will work wonders to you. Suppose you are emotionally damaged, emotionally worried, there are different kinds of people who will always try to pull you back, always try to pollute you, always try to mislead you. So I want you to understand, just come to now and live in the now. That will help you a lot, and hope this video will help you, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, mitraaya.